I think my whole life as a tag team wrestler has led me up to this day right here.
Everybody's talking about how Broseph Joe Brody and Sweet Revenge got together.
We were in town opening up our 35th Sweet Revenge Deluxe Cafe. We decided we need to find a gym.
So we walk in there, we see this guy with muscles coming out of his damn ears.
Oh, hey, bros. I can't quite see who it is.
Wait a second, aren't you two?
We realized it was Broseph Joe Brody.
This is Sweet Revenge.
So you guys ready to get some gains, bro?
Cece's on one side of the gym doing muscle ups. Stud Muffin's on the other side of the gym doing mountain climbers.
Joe told us he wanted to do his cheat day.
Dude, man, this is my cheat day. You gotta hook me up with something, bro.
I made a batch of my favorite protein muffins.
I could feel the gains stacking themselves on my body before I even took a bite.
You made him something too, right?
He made me one of his patented Birdie burgers.
The study's been taking advantage of those suckers for a
Yeah,
while.
those are good.
Those damn Birdie burgers are doing him justice.
Oh, but they're actually doing the bathroom injustice.
Last I heard, they absolutely destroyed a bathroom.
Too much Shabazz sauce?
Too much Shabazz
I
sauce.
hope they called the plumber. Last I heard, he was looking for work.
We quickly realized
We're
that
very much on the same page, bro.
absolute domination of the wrestling
World.
Absolute domination of the world.
Period. And that's why it's time to announce to the world the newest faction in Rock the Promo, bro.
Sweet Brolition.
Ain't nobody stop the Sweet Brolition. Not Roger Hansen, not Wrestling Fred, because that's the way the cookie runs.
I met Wrestling Fred in a little place called Connecticut at the annual Norwalk Oyster Festival.
It was 94, wasn't it, sweet baby pants?
Being a fat kid at heart, I decided to check out the hot dog eating contest afterwards.
I had just come in 5th in the Norwalk Oyster Festival Hot Dog Eating Championship, and well...
Even though we came in 5th place, let me tell you, this guy could gobble a hot dog.
Did he say I was crying because I was taking it like a man? He was crying.
He was looking down at the dump.
Roger, who at this point is dressed like a clown, leans down to me and he says, "You know, buddy, 5th place is just 4 places away from 1st. And then he made me a little dog made out of balloons.
I actually made him a hot dog. I thought it was kind of funny.
I was kind of freaked out.
I decided to team up with Fred because underneath the mask and scruff and general unattractiveness, I saw a little bit of myself in him. Our mutual dislike for Sweet Revenge and Broseph Joe Brody further deepened our bond.
Do you remember Roger?
Yeah.
Do you remember his head?
Yeah.
How it moves? His head's going crazy round the bay. Good guy, though.
Great guy.
Makes a hell of a yams.
Yeah.
Yams.
All right, that's nice. Let's get to the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the semifinals of Rock the Promo. I'm your host, Joe Santagato. Rock the Promo is a weekly competition where contestants lay the verbal smackdown on each other until one remains. Thousands of assholes filmed and submitted their own wrestling promos, and The Rock picked 32 of these idiots to compete. Last week, guest judge Cody Rhodes took our contestant pool down from 8 to 4. Broseph Joe Brody and Sweet Revenge versus Wrestling Fred and Roger Hansen. Each tag team is instructed to work together to make a promo, dissing the opposing team. As always, teams will be judged on the 3 C's: character, comedy, and costume. But this week, there's a 4th C: collaboration. Let's see how well you fuckers work together. Let's take a moment to meet our guest judge. He's a 4-time world champion, an 11-time tag team champion, and he used to stick a sock in people's mouths. He's the current GM of WWE. It's wrestling legend Mick Foley. So honored to have you on the show, Mick. Thank you for being here. So is there anything that you're looking for in particular in this round?
Chemistry, something you can't put on paper. Take my real life tag team with Dwayne, The Rock Johnson, the Rock and Sock Connection. Together, we were both big stars. You put us together, boom! Bigger than the sum of our parts. The second thing I'm going to be looking at is believability. And are they capable of creating memories? Not a day goes by when someone doesn't ask me about my days with the Rock and Sock Connection. It's like, did it hurt when The Undertaker threw you off the cell? And then B, Rock and Sock Connection. So, are these guys laying forth the verbal smack in a way that fans will remember days, weeks, months, years, and even decades in the future? I'll be the judge.
All right, Mick, let's talk about this first team. We got Broseph Joe Brody and Sweet Revenge, and I gotta be honest, I think these guys are like in love with each other. Like halfway through that video, I was like, are these guys gonna start scissoring? It's also nice to see that Sweet Revenge has finally left Home Depot and is now filming in a janitor's closet. That's very nice. Let's see what Mick has to say.
I just want to point out that absolute domination of the wrestling world and absolute domination of the world with a period at the end of it are two completely different things. One I'm in favor of, the other one historically has not worked out well. I'm not saying I'm going to rule you guys out right away. It's just that I'm going to have a firm talking to you before you put your plan into action, okay? I'm going to judge them on the content of their promo.
So our second tag team is Roger Hansen and Wrestling Fred. And they said they met at a hot dog eating contest. Roger Hansen went up to Wrestling Fred and was like, "You're doing a great job." This all sounds a little weird. I think there's something that's being left out, something we don't know. I also think it's a little weird that everyone in Wrestling Fred's family is probably wearing a mask. You see his wife in the background wearing a mask. His kids probably have masks. Parents all day, everyone's got masks. Clearly these tag teams have had sex with each other, so it's gonna be a little awkward when they have to go up against each other in the finals.
I hate clowns, and they should have known that. They should have known I was a judge and not to clown around, okay? I also don't believe he's a fat kid at heart because I see the musculature. He's a mesomorph. I know the difference. I'm an ecto-endo, the worst combination you could have. Don't mock me, man. Don't mock my pain by saying you know where I've been, but you haven't. You don't know a thing. And the other guy, and I have reason to believe his name's not Fred. You know why? Because his t-shirt says Mike. All right, it's going to be really interesting. We're going to see how these teams bond. We're going to see what they come up with, and I will judge only what I see in the promo.
All right, thanks, Mick. Let's see how these guys did on their wrestling promos.
I'm CC Macchiato. I'm Studma. And together we are Sweet Revenge.
But they're not alone, bro. It's the voice of Hood Slam, Broseph, Joe Brody, and together we are
Sweet Brolition.
It's time to bro your mind.
Two Brooklyn Dodgers of Japan to demolish Roger Hansen. Boards of weapons who are taking shots from his handgun. You kidnapped Ace Ventura's persona, held him for ransom, jerking your neck, saying
Roger Hansen here. Alrighty then.
You see, your whole gimmick is whack to me. It's like Jim Carrey is saying,
Give my style back to me.
Wrestling Fred? Wow, real original name, bro. I can literally apply your gimmick to anything. There's filming Mark. There's eating Jim. Have you ever wrestled a match in your life? I have questions about you, bro. I don't think you can be trusted.
You probably thought you'd be dealing with a couple of fruits, but who's the one wearing the onesie and the watermelon suit?
Wrestling Fred, you look like a luchador had sex with a chia pet, and if you never said another word, that would be great, because if sleep apnea had a voice, it would sound like Wrestling Fred!
Riding your mom's success, your second fiddle. You talk hard, Raj, but like this pastry, you're soft in the middle. The fake Cody Rhodes, the saddest story, your promo acts are corny. Now you and Stardust can share the same category.
The only thing less original than your names is your look. All the sleeveless shirts and elbow pads aren't gonna save the thrift store luchador and David Hassel jackoff, because when we hit you with the red-eyed of Brooklyn,
your time is up, because we are Sweet Brolition, and that's the way the cookie rumbles.
I gotta be honest, I really liked how they were like tagging each other and it was edited, like they were actually tagging each other. It was like a real tag team match. Well, let's see what Mick has to say.
I thought these guys were excellent. I'm just going to play Mr. McMahon and pretend these guys walk back through the curtain after they deliver this amazing promo, and I'm just going to grab Broseph Joe Brody and go, "What the hell was that? There's no hand jobs in wrestling." Dude, you had a great PG interview. The rhymes were tight. Like, the tag team is great. Like, I can do that on The Rock's YouTube channel, but you can't do that in a wrestling promo. Like, just and what now? You guys are probably going to show this. So good. Now, the positives, and there are plenty of them. You guys look like you've been in the business for years, and I know Broseph Joe Brody has been, but the other guys, pretty new. I'm completely sold on you guys as a tag team, and I believe you're gonna be a tough team to beat.
I am a little concerned about why you're so fucking shiny, Joe Brody. Are you sweating or covered in baby oil? Also, Stud Muffin called Roger Hansen soft in the middle, but that guy is like soft everywhere. I would love to hug him. Honestly, I didn't think this episode was gonna take so much out of me emotionally, okay? It's like a roller coaster. I really like Sweet Revenge. I hate Joseph Joe Brody, but now I'm starting to like him. Just play the next clip, please. Just play the next clip.
Roger Hansen here, Brooklyn, New York. You may have heard, I'm part of a tag team now. With Fred the Wrestler. What's up, Fred?
Wrestling Fred here, Norwalk, Connecticut. One half of the dynamic tag team, the Wrestling Fred.
I'm gonna let you handle Broseph Joe, generic douchebag, whatever your name is, I don't care. While I take care of Sweet Revenge.
Brodo! Here comes Broseph Joe Brody. You look like John Cena and Bret Hart had a baby that no one paid enough attention to.
Let's start with your name. Sweet Revenge. There's nothing sweet about you. You guys sound bitter. and saltier than Cece's mother's cooking, which is way too salty. And muffin top? You need to muffin stop. This whole dream is not for you. Work on your arms, dude. Cece, help him. You're a fitness guy, right?
Joe, you look like what would happen if a monster ate up everyone I've ever hated, pooped it into a pile, and put sunglasses on it. I hate to be the one to break it to you, Brody, but Broly crap are you broing us? You spit more hot bullshit than Mount Brosuvius. So how about you take a time machine back to whenever Jersey Shore was still on the air and stay there until people start singing YOLO again?
Between the two of you, not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't know who's putting whose buns in whose oven, but that's besides the point. That's you guys. I hope you live a happy life. Speaking of ovens, check it out. I got a classic easy bake oven from the 90s. Wow, cool. What a rare toy.
Dude, I let you borrow that incompetence.
And just to demonstrate how easy beating you guys with Fred is gonna be.
Raj, we can probably get a pretty penny for that on eBay or something. Man, he's really going at that thing. Raj, how about you take it easy on that thing, man? We might get hungry on the way to the finals. You hear that? Cause I said it!
Roger Hampton starts off this promo with some nice parkour, which should surprise nobody because this guy has more energy than a fucking beagle. And I see Wrestling Fred's still punished and not allowed out of his room. That's nice. By the way, Roger, beating the shit out of an easy bake oven? Wow, I am beyond intimidated. And your introductions are just getting more elaborate, dude. Relax, you're gonna pull your fucking shoulder out of its socket. Mick, what do you think?
Well, I'm still having trouble, Joe, wrapping my mind around the possibility that Roger could have ever been a fat kid. I'm not buying it, but he is the muscle of the group. He showed that with Easy Bake Oven. This is where I have to disagree with you, Joe. I think that his willingness to destroy a treasured keepsake like an Easy Bake Oven shows a little bit of killer instinct that might be missing from Wrestling Fred. Because if you walk out there with the tag team name of dun dun dun, the Wrestling Friends, which is not exactly going to send shivers down the spines of opponents, you got to be able to back it up with some muscle. I still have my doubts about whether or not Wrestling Fred could cut it in the ring, but he's just creepy enough that he could have bodies buried underneath that crawl space. It's a tight contest.
All right, Mick, before we get to your decision, I just want to know how these two teams sack up against each other. Sack up, because we need more dick references in this video.
We'll start with the Wrestling Friends. I did believe these guys would hang out, and I did believe that Wrestling Fred would have a wife who would wear a mask, and I believe Fred is one of the best, most engaging, funniest talkers I've seen. Now, on the other hand, the other guy is sweet Broseph. If I found out they spent less than like 6 hours working on that, I'd be crushed because I don't think I could learn that stuff in less than 6 hours. I think I'd still be trying to figure it out. I give both of these teams credit for thinking outside the box, for being original, and for being entertaining. But to me, there was one clear factor that separated them, and that one factor is the difference between one team going home and one team moving on to the finals.
All right, Mick, who's going home and who's going to the finals? No joke this week. That's what's happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wrestling Friends. They're going home. I'm sorry, guys. You were entertaining, you were original, but in the end, as entertaining and as funny as Wrestling Fred was, I felt like he was doing a tribute to wrestling promos. Whereas Sweet Broalition, they just meshed. Their tag teaming was impeccable. Their timing was great. Their insults were great. If I give them one bit of constructive criticism as they head into the finals, it would be just to add the element of physical danger. Like The Rock, yes, he was entertaining, but in the end, he would find a way to make you laugh, then cut you off, and show you the money by telling you what he would do in great detail to a specific part of an opponent's body.
Congratulations to Sweet Revenge and Broseph Joe Brody. So here's the situation, Mick. These guys are going into the finals. They're doing their first live promo. The Rock is judging, and I'm going to be there, okay? A lot of pressure. Do you have any advice for these guys?
You guys are screwed. This is The Rock you're talking about. You guys are going to freeze up there. You're going to be like Cindy Brady on the quiz show episode of the Brady Bunch. When that red light goes on, you guys are going to be screwed. I know. You guys are going to be fine. Commit to the character. How you say something is more important than what you say. Have fun. See the picture, think the picture, be the picture. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. But if you do make a mistake, you're going home. Have a nice day.
Thank you to all the contestants, and congratulations again to Sweet Revenge and Broseph Joe Brody. Your fake friendship's over, and I can't wait to watch you guys rip each other apart in 2 weeks at our finale of Rock the Promo, live in Las Vegas. This is the moment you've all been waiting for, the great one, aka the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, aka The Rock, will finally show his face on his own fucking show to judge the finale. And if meeting The Rock and me is not enough, the winner will also be presented with a championship belt. Before this big finale, because I know all of you have ADD and probably forget everything, we're gonna have a recap show next week that's hosted by Edge. I'm not gonna be on that episode, so maybe you'll enjoy it. Way less screaming and cursing. Thank you to our contestants and congratulations to our finalists. Mick, thank you for being here.
If it wasn't for the fact that The Rock has 57.5 million more Facebook followers than me, I might be a little angry about his choice of judging the finals. But it's his show, and I'm just happy to be here.
Is The Rock really gonna be there, or am I just lying to everyone? He's actually gonna be there? Fuck yes! Yes! Oh my God, I gotta get on his plane. I gotta work out. I gotta go to the gym right now.